Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Ariana from Where Black Sheep Meet, and today is Flosstube number 11. So every first Saturday of the month I do my Flosstube video update, and I don't think that today's video is going to be super long like my normal videos, just because October was a very big and festive month for me. So the stitching, I was able to get stuff done, but I wasn't able to like focus. But in the end, I mean, we'll get to it. I guess first off, life update, there's not really much to update. I mean, if anything, I was just really busy making Halloween costumes all month. So I had to make the 2 costumes for my girls. So my youngest was Wonder Woman. My oldest was Batgirl. And then my husband was, who is it? Dr. Disrespect. He's a big, or used to be a big Twitch streamer. And so he did that for his stream with his friend on the day before Halloween. And that was a lot of fun. And then I wore my Beetlejuice dress that I made, and I ended up making a witch hat to go along with it to turn it more into a witch ensemble. So there was a lot. I did a lot last month, but I enjoyed it. Everything went smoothly for the most part compared to how normally things usually go here for me. So that's my life update. That's pretty much it. That's all the big news. That's all the big stuff. And then I have my little book blurb. I still haven't been reading too much, kind of, but not really. I did finish the Dark Side series. I finished the 3rd and 4th book. I think I was on the 3rd book from last video. I didn't like the last 2 books as much as I did the first ones, the 4 Psycho series. The girl got kind of annoying. The heroine, she was really annoying, and she got progressively more annoying as the book went on, but the males in the book got really good. So that's why I couldn't stop reading it, because I wanted to see their perspectives, and they were getting more and more of their perspectives in the last 2 books. So I did read it. It was pretty good. I still think the first book is my favorite out of all 4, and like I said, it kind of just fizzled out a little bit. But I powered through those. And then thanks to Hannah Dowling, she introduced me to Webtoon, which is like a graphic novel sort of app. And it has a bunch of graphic novels on there. But a lot of them aren't completed, so they get released, like it's only completed to a certain amount depending on what it is. And then it updates every week. They give out an update to the story. So they're only like little parts that you're getting each week. So I did read a big one. It was like 150 something episodes, I think. And that one was Let's Play. And that was really good. It was about a girl who was a game designer, or she designed a video game. And then she had it on this indie game site where a very big like YouTube sort of game reviewer comes and plays her game and gives her this total negative review. And so her whole game goes to crap pretty much overnight. And then turns out he's actually her neighbor. So it is a romance. But it was really good. And they have little aspects where she has a group of friends that play like World of Warcraft, but it's not called that, obviously. So they get into the game, but it's very anime styled. So I'm super enjoying that one. I read it all the way through, so I have to wait every week for updates now. But that one's really, really good. The other one I got into was Lore Olympus, and that one is basically like a modern day Persephone and Hades retelling, and you know how I feel about those. And then you guys are also always sending me the Hades and Persephone retellings. So this was another recommendation. And at first I wasn't really loving the art style, but I think it was about maybe 60 episodes in, I really got into it. It got really good. I can see her style of art was improving. It was very well done. And right now it's in volume 2. So I'm all the way caught up to where it's at in volume 2. And so I'm going to keep following those. I'll have that link down below so you can go ahead and search it up if any of those sound interesting and you want to check them out. And just to throw it out there for my favorite romance booktubers, in case you're looking for booktubers to watch here on YouTube, I definitely recommend Jen Loves Books, and I definitely recommend Peace Love Books. and they'll be linked down below for you as well. And they're always giving a lot of really great recommendations and recommendation videos for romance novels. So definitely check them out. I like them a lot. So that's my little book blurb. So I guess we can go ahead and get into the stitching. So if you remember last month, I had a lot of bad luck with frogging and I didn't get to all my projects. I did my Halloween Quaker finish and I did my Space Dragon finish. And then my 2 smaller projects, I had only worked on those, but I had stopped at certain points. So this month I decided that I was just going to do all my full coverage pieces just to catch up on them a little bit and stay on track. So today I'm only going to be going over the progress that I've done on my full coverages. All right, so the first one, of course, is going to be my very first cross stitch project. And this one is going to be Celestine by Margaret Morales, and it's a Heaven and Earth's design. So there is the last time that you saw it, and this one, I believe my goal was to finish the page that I was working on. So I did finish the page. We have a page finish. Yes, this page took me a very, very, very long time. Like extremely long. I felt like I was working on it for forever. So originally I was stitching this. This is on a 25 count linen and I'm doing it 2/1 full cross, right? So that's what I was doing on this whole project. I got over it and I decided that I wanted to try and change this up to tent. So basically just doing half cross. I didn't want it to stand out. I wanted it to blend in so that way, you know, you don't want to see where things are changed up, right? You want to still have it look consistent. So I played around, and if I do 4 strands over 1, it gives me the same exact effect as a full cross that I was already doing. It's very bulky, and that's how it's been. So the tent, even though it's just 1 leg, like it's actually a little tiny bit easier. But you can't really tell. You can't tell. There's no difference. Try and get you as close as you can, but really, like, it looks exactly the same. So I was extremely excited to find that out. And this will now be a tent stitch piece. So I'm hoping that will help me get through it a lot faster because I was just dragging my feet doing that full cross. It was just taking so long. So now that I'm in tent, I'm hoping I can get a lot more progress on it. And right now, I think we're moving into more of her hair and then it's gonna get into her face. So that's really exciting. So yeah, so that is my update on this. Like I said, I'm more excited to work on her again. Definitely more excited. So I did work on her for 9 days and I did a total of 2,614 stitches, which puts me at 41,927 and I'm at 27.23% complete. And this was page 6. This is page 6 that I've done. So we're on to page 7. So it's like, I think the last page is like half. It's like half a page. Super excited. If anything, I'm just more excited that I finally got this page done. It's a beautiful page too. I mean, it's like getting into like background wings. Like, look at that. That's stunning. It looks really, like, it's even better in the camera. I mean, I can look at it in person and if I step back, I'll probably get the same effect. But in the camera, oh, those colors. But yeah, you see all the beautiful wings. Oh, it's great. I love it. Also, before I run off with this, I am working within the page. So I was working in columns and with all the confetti, that was frustrating as well. So I changed it up and I'm kind of working all over the page, but I stay in the page. I did go out a little bit just because those were like the last few stitches of that color. So I figured I might as well just stitch it so I don't have to go back later. But yeah, you can see that I kind of moved around a little more compared to before. So So there's the before and then now. You can see I traveled just a little bit, but I really didn't go far. I tried to stay within the 20 stitches like usual before I would snip it and then start. So if there's a color up here and I finish and then I have to move down here, I would snip it and restart down here. So that way I wasn't like full like extreme cross country, because that would have been too much, especially with the 4 strands. It would have been a lot. So that is my update on Celestine. Then of course we have Persephone, my second Heaven and Earth design that I started, and my second project overall that I've started. And this is by Alexandra V. Bach. And here's where it was last time that you saw it. I had a goal of finishing another page. Well, I think I had a goal of finishing 2 pages since I was behind from last month. So here's where I got. I did finish 1 whole page. And as you can see, it was a very interesting page that I got to do. So we're finally getting into like picture. But essentially that's his hair. I'm trying to see if I back up, if you can kind of tell better. I don't know if it really makes sense right now. But this is his hair. It's the top of his like head. Hades, it's Hades' head. And then there's like a light right here that's like shining. So this is the top of his head. But as you can see, even though the picture looks like his hair is black, there's only this bit of black, and it's not even full black. It's like confetti black. See, oh yeah, you can see that real good. So I'm not sure, it still looks really good, but I think I have to do more in order to see if this is gonna be okay. I'm a little nervous, a little bit. But this is a massive piece. I mean, that's just the top of his head. So, I mean, it could get more black as we go, because look, it's got to go all the way down. This is his whole head right here. So that's just the tip of the iceberg, essentially. But we're getting there. This is page 6 that I just completed out of 9. So I have 3 more pages on here to get to the row finish. This thing is huge. This thing is huge. So I did take my time working on this. Like I said, I had a lot with sewing, so I didn't want to stress myself out trying to rush on my cross stitch projects. I just picked it up and I said, you know what, I think I'm only going to get a page, so I'll just stop at the page because there were others that I wanted to touch. I did only get the page done, but it's a great page. And the goal is only there just to give me the motivation. It's not really there like, oh my God, I didn't finish, like punishment. it's just something to keep me on track. But that's okay. That's okay. It's still really great. And I just love this piece. But you guys know that because I say it every single time. This is on a 28 count easy grid, and it's 2/110 stitch. I worked on this for 11 days. But some of those days I maybe did like 150. So I did spread it out and take my time on this. I did 6,861 stitches, and that puts me at 45,081 stitches, and I'm at 11.97%. So you can see this is only 11%. 11%. Otherwise, there's nothing else really to say. I mean, these colors are great. I'm getting lots of purples now, just lots more purples. So that is Persephone. So next was my Halloween Quaker, but that is done, so you will not see that one anymore. I will still have a Flosstube extra coming up whenever I get to it to finally frame it. I just didn't have time. So that'll come soon. But after Halloween Quaker, I started Windrunner. And Windrunner is from Thread Geeks, and it's by Kendra Gloomblade. So here's where it was last time that you saw it. I had finished page 2, and this is 3 pages wide. So my goal on this was to finish the last page in the row. This is where I got to. So I got most of the last page done. I just didn't fill her in yet. You can see her outline, but I just have to fill it in. From back here, it kind of looks like it is filled in, but it's not. That's why I'm putting it up. You can see like, It's all empty right here. So I would say I got about half a page, which is my normal goal on this. Usually I do half a page every month because this is very, very confetti heavy. So I did get about half a page done. All of this background is done. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm not upset that I didn't get the full page. I'm actually glad that I met my normal goal on this. So that's quite all right. So this one is also on a 28 count easy grid, and it's 2/110 stitch. I worked on this for 8 days and I did 3,519 stitches, and that puts me at 16,028, and I am 29.98% complete. So she's a little tiny one, obviously. Like, she's not very big at all. She's like the size of my head almost. She is the size of my head. How funny. I didn't even notice that. And she ends like right about here, right? Cool. So she's coming along. She's coming along really nicely. And it's really cool to see this first row like getting there. So I did change up how I worked on her as well. I was also working in columns, like I am with Persephone. But same things like Celestine, she has a lot of confetti. So I felt like stitching all one color within the page was a lot easier, and it is a lot easier. And I feel like it's less bulky working like that. Like, I feel like I'm not like bulking up the back as much. You can see like I traveled a little bit through and everything, but for the most part, like, it's not as bulky as it is over here. Can you see the difference? I don't know if you can see the difference. So I do like working like this a lot more now on these very confetti heavy pieces. Persephone will probably still be in columns, but this will definitely be all over the page kind of a deal. So there is Windrunner. So after Windrunner would have been Space Dragon. That one's completed, so that one needs to be framed as well. And then after Space Dragon, I did have Moss and Bugs. I did not touch Moth and Bugs yet. And then after Moss and Bugs, I have the Cryptid SAL, or Creepy Cryptids it's called, but it's for the Cryptid SAL by the Witchy Stitcher. And here's where it was last time you saw it. So we only had the 3 cryptids last time. It was the Mothman, Nightcrawler, and Enfield Horror. So since this was a longer month, we got 4 cryptids this month, with the last week being a rest week. So here is where I'm at now with the new cryptids. Let me get you up a little closer. So we ended up getting the Jersey Devil. We got Chupacabra, the Hopkins Goblin, and we got Frogman. Look how cute the little Frogman. I was like, where was he last month? In September. Where was he in September when I had to frog everything? Oh my gosh. So I want to stitch him by himself and like hang him in my wall, just by himself, like nice and big. And he's just going to be my little frog monster in the background. But this piece is amazing. When each new cryptid comes out, it's just so exciting to see how cute and beautifully designed they are. Look. So we have Jersey Devil. He looks like a little freaking dragon. The cutest little dragon ever. He's not a dragon, but he looks just like a dragon. We have Chupacabra, and he's got the little skull and bones and some little stars. We have the Hopkins Goblin, and apparently this cryptid inspired Sable, the Pokemon. Look at him. So cute. There's more little skulls that were added in there. Look, there's a skull there. And then the little frogman. And he's got a little moon. Look at the little flies. He has little flies. Oh my God, I can't. I die. So today is Friday. They come out on Fridays. I'm filming Friday, but you're watching on Saturday. So you could have already seen that the new cryptid for the week is the Jackalope. So that's really exciting because I like the jackalope too. He's like really cute. He reminds me of World of Warcraft because that's where I originally saw him from. And I was like, what a weird creature. But I was like, oh, it's World of Warcraft. Like, of course it's a weird creature. Turns out it's actually a cryptid. And then the Witchy Stitcher just posted something from America's Funniest Home Videos in like the early 90s or something. And it was a skit where they had a jackalope playing pranks on people. And I was watching, I was like, oh my God, I remember watching this. This is so freaking old. Like, oh, I feel old. I feel freaking old. So yeah, so this one's really great. So the jackalope goes down here in this last spot. And then we're gonna move up here and we're gonna work our way down. So I think this finishes the end of January. The end of January, the last one comes out and then the SAL will be done. But I mean, you can always go and buy this whenever you want and start it whenever you want. So if you're loving it, how it's looking so far, get it because it's worth it. So this one is on a 20 count mystery fabric because I got it by accident and I hand dyed it myself. It didn't come out the way I wanted, but it was good enough. And I'm doing 2/1 full cross. I did work on this for 7 days to finish my 4 little cryptids here. And I did get 2,276 stitches for sure. But I don't know how much for sure the chupacabra was because it wasn't loading into Pattern Keeper at all. Like it was the only one that wasn't working. So I don't know exactly how many stitches he is. If I'm going off of the other 3, then it put me basically at 3,000 stitches for the most part that I stitched this month on this guy. And that of course isn't including all the back stitching because there is a lot of little back stitches in there and stuff around the skulls, and then like certain things like I think his mouth and the frog has like little under eye back stitches. So there's a few little back stitches in there, but not much. But I didn't count any of that. It was just the full cross stitches. So this is the Cryptid SAL, and I can't wait to see who else is on here. I'm still waiting for Nessie. Still waiting for Nessie. I'm more than positive he's on here somewhere. Just gotta wait and see. That is the Cryptid SAL. Let's see, after the cryptids, I believe I had my new normal restart, but I didn't work on that. I also, I did have my video game sampler in there as well somewhere, but that one is also small. I didn't work on that. And the last one I got to this month is actually a new start. And this is the Halloween Mickey, and it's a pattern from Etsy. And I started this one for a friend. So it's not for me, it's gonna go to him for his office. And I was actually stitching this for Athena, who is Stitching Goddess Design. She was doing a 13 stitches of Halloween. So you can do 13 days, 13 new starts, 13 Halloween whips, like whatever you wanted. And then you use the hashtag. And so I decided to do this one since it's a Halloween piece of Mickey and gang in front of the Haunted Mansion, that I wanted to do this for my 13 stitches of Halloween. So I worked on it for 13 days, and I did this as a 1 hour a day project, 1 to 1.5 hours. So I did it in the morning before I did my workouts pretty much. And I got some work on this. So I have almost 2 pages. And as you can see, I changed up my stitching style too. Usually I go across. I decided to go down because this was all confetti. So I said, nope, not right now. We're going to the color blocking. But as you can see, almost 2 pages. So I was just missing these little fill-in parts and that would have been completed. But 13 days of 1.5 hours, and this is what I got. Oh, you can also see the little face there. The face came out. That was just a mass of confetti. And I was like, what is this? Why am I using all these random colors? But when you step back, look, it's a face. That's insane. That's insane. Come on. You gotta admit, that's crazy. Let's look up close. I don't know. He looks even better on the camera, but up close, it's like, what is that? So the black, actually, as well, I decided to try Anchor Floss. This is a 25 count easy grid. And I wanted to see the difference as far as the tent stitch 2/1 full coverage on a 25 count compared to the 28 count, just to see if it's a little better on really confetti heavy pieces. So from now on, I would switch it to 25 count if it's a very confetti piece. Like I said, with Windrunner, it was getting really bulky. And I think I fixed that by stitching the colors on the page. But like I said, I just wanted to experiment and try out some new things, and it looks really good. I actually, like I said, I switched up the blacks. So this isn't DMC 310. This is actually Anchor. This is Anchor Black, and it looks really good. I mean, there's white, of course, but I mean, you're up close. And obviously, with how small the details are, you have to look at it from a distance anyways. So you can't even tell. Maybe slightly, but it still looks really good. So this is Halloween Mickey. So like I said, I did work on this for 13 days, and I did 6,952 stitches out of 131,200 stitches, and I'm at 5.3%. But the cool thing is that she was doing a few giveaways for everyone using the hashtags, and I actually won on one of those giveaways. So I did win the Primrose Cottage Stitches, and it's the Halloween Kisses. So it says booze, hisses, and Halloween Kisses. And it's super cute. It's just a little small, a little tiny one. This is like 39 by 63. And it's only got a couple colors in there. So I got this. I won. So I was like, yeah, I won. Cool. And I got a little sticker. Don't forget the happy thoughts. So this is probably going to go on my sewing machine because I like to put my stickers on my sewing machines. And I'm definitely going to have to put this right where I'm sewing because definitely that's a good motivator. So yeah, so this is Halloween Mickey, and he's coming along nicely. This one feels big, but it is on a 25 count. So essentially, if it were on the 28, it'd be just a touch smaller. It wouldn't be as huge, but it's still a good size. So it's gonna take me a while, and my friend does know that, so we'll get there when we get there. I don't have any haul. I really didn't buy anything. Well, I did, but I guess I'll get into that next part to explain. So if you don't already know, I am on Twitch now. And if you don't know what Twitch is, it's a streaming platform for, it used to be for gamers to game their video games and you watch people play video games. But as of more recently, it's slowly becoming a platform for everybody to stream. So they actually have a section on Twitch for makers and crafters. And there's all kinds of crafters on there. There's people who stream themselves sewing, cross-stitching, diamond painting, leatherworking, woodworking, what else have I seen? Resin, card making, clay, polymer clay, beadwork. So there is so many different things you can watch on there. As if you're just a crafter in general and you like watching people craft, that's where you need to be. So that's where I've been. I have been streaming on there twice a week for the most part this past month, where on Wednesdays I did fabric dyeing, which I'm going to use for my Etsy shop. Yes, I know, it's going to be open soon, I swear. I swear. And then on Fridays, I do the cross-stitch game that I made up, which is basically, well, it's called WASD, Whip Against the Speedrun Dungeon. And basically the goal of the game is to fight monsters, and I have to defeat at least 6 out of 10 in order to win the game. And by doing that, I have a thing of slides that tells me actions to do on my cross-stitch project, which this is it. I totally forgot I had this guy that I needed to show you. But this is it so far. Sorry, he's kind of janky right now, but I don't really care about him too much because he's my little ugly monster. This is supposed to be an ice cream cone. It's a free pattern from DMC. And as you can see, there's a lot going on with him. There's metallics, there's random colors, there's some French knots in there. And yeah, so basically I have actions with these different things, and that's what I stitch. And when monsters come up, then I have to defeat the monsters. When I win the game, I give something away. And when I lose the game, I also give something away, but they're different. It just depends, changes every stream. So far it's been very cross stitch related. I've given away some of my new needle minders that I've been making. For Halloween, I was feeling really festive, and I gave away some frosted pumpkin stitchery patterns, some really small ones. So it's just fun. I get on there on Friday nights, and it's just a good time. And then lately, I've done more of gaming, since I've always played video games, but this kind of gives me a chance to just play them again. Like, I designate time to play now, and it's making me happy. It's a great community. They're very supportive. So I'm going to, I guess, recommend a few people who are on there. So in case you're curious and you want to go on Twitch and check it out, it's free. It's free to sign up. It's free to follow. You only pay when you're going to subscribe, or things like, or some of the fun things on there that they have. It requires obviously money, but you don't have to. You can just go and follow who you like, and it'll notify you when they're live. And then you can watch them live, and you go in the chat and you hang out and chat. So some people that I follow on there that I extremely enjoy. Of course, Michelle Bendy is on there. Rachel Ray just went over there, and she's been doing her cross stitching, her diamond paintings. And then today she actually just had a Stardew Valley stream. And then through her, I actually met Yay, it's Anna, and she is so sweet. She's the sweetest person ever. We became like good friends on there. So Yay, it's Anna is really great to watch. She's very talkative and very inviting. So if you go in there, she's like welcoming you with open arms. There's a very big one, and his name is Duo MTL, and he's doing a giant cross stitch of Final Fantasy, the logo with the phoenix, and I forget what's at the bottom. But he's doing this giant cross stitch, and he works on it, it was like once a week or twice a week. And then he games otherwise, and he collects trophies on PlayStation. But this cross stitch, you can get tickets by watching, and then he'll have a big raffle at the end of the year for this cross stitch. So you can actually win this cross stitch that he's been working on. And it's like massive. It's a huge piece. Like, it's big. And you can watch him when he streams, just sitting there like stitching and chatting along with you. And then the last person I really like to watch is Pick Stitch. And if you don't already know who he is, he's the one who created the gamer SAL, the Pixels That Made Us. He also has a Kirby star with the different Kirbys for breast cancer. But on his, he's got like free patterns on there. He doesn't stitch on stream, but he creates a lot of really nerdy cross stitch patterns. So he's got like Pokemon and Mario and all kinds. So he was creating a Spyro pattern just the other day. And you can watch him on stream while he's creating the pattern, and he's picking the colors and filling it in. It's really cool. And he also does amigurumi, which is the crochet, the little character crochets. And what else does he do? He does a lot. He does a lot, but he's really fun to watch too. And he's really nice when you join in the chat. So these people are like great people to watch, to join in chat, because I know it can be a little intimidating to do that kind of thing. I know I get intimidated, but these people are great. They definitely include you in the conversations. So those are my recommendations. Flosstube wives, I really haven't been watching too much Flosstube, just my normal people. But for the most part, I've been kind of on Twitch because it's kind of nice to talk to people while they're on there. I like the Flosstubes for the updates, but I like the Twitch to like talk to people. So that's why I kind of go to Twitch more than come live on YouTube, is because Twitch is actually made for streaming. So it's got a lot more interactive things for people watching than YouTube does. So that's the short answer. So if that sounds like something really cool, really fun, everything's linked down below. Come find me. My name is Black Sheep Meat on Twitch because Twitch was being frugal with the letters. But yeah, you can definitely come and join me one of these days, hopefully, and hopefully I see you there. I just finished my video and I realized I didn't do the plans again. Plans. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me? Okay, I don't know if November is going to be busy, but I am putting a lot more on my plate. So I'm going to be more reasonable with these goals than I normally am because I have a focus on other things now and not just cross stitching, unfortunately. But I still plan to get progress. I'm still getting progress, just I'm not going to put a big standard. So in Celestine, I want to at least get 1,000 stitches. So we're going to start working on the next page, 1,000 stitches. Should be pretty reasonable. I got what, 2,000 something this month, so 1,000 stitches on Celestine. If anything, on Persephone, of course I'm going to get another page. This is my consistent page project, so we are definitely getting another page no matter what. I'm just really good at getting that page in there, so I'm going to continue to do it until I can't no more. On Windrunner, I'm just going to finish filling her in. So I'm going to complete the 3rd page. So we're just going to finish filling in her hair and her ear. So that is the goal for this one. Shouldn't be too bad. It's like half a page, but I think a little less. Now, moss and bugs. Okay, remember, I have to frog and finish this. But I'm thinking, since this is so small, what I'm going to do is make this my hour and a half in the morning stitch every day. So that way I get a lot of progress on it, and maybe I might get really close to finishing it, if not finishing it, because it's down to here. There's essentially this down here. So we'll see. That's my plan on this, is to use this as my hour and a half in the morning stitch every day. So hoping to get lots of progress done on this. That's the goal for this one. New normal restart. This is where we were at. This was my car project. So this is as much as I got on my car project. I think the month before. So what I'm planning is just to finish this first bubble with the unicorn. So that's the goal for the month. That might be a little ambitious, to be honest, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna finish the unicorn bubble. Of course, the cryptids, I believe it's only 3 cryptids coming out, so you'll see 3 more cryptids, including the jackalope, hopefully. Like I said, I plan to just stay caught up on this and follow along with the SAL. For my sweary video games, aka video game sampler, the goal is to finish frogging all of this that I messed up, and then to finish that section. So to go down to Donkey Kong's ladder right there and finish stitching the coins and everything. So that is the goal on this, just to get caught back up. So I can keep going on this because I want to keep going. I love this piece. Halloween Mickey, finish this page because there's not much left, and then get half a page down here. So it'd be the next one down below. I'll try and get half a page. Not sure which half, if it's going to be this half or if it's going to be this half. We'll see. Half a page, including the rest of that page. And that's it for my projects. Next month I start my pile of Yoshis, so hopefully I can get something done to get that one in. But otherwise, the most part, that is it. That is all I have today for the month. It was a lot of progress, but otherwise that is it for the month. Thank you so much for watching here on YouTube. Thank you for anyone watching here who watches me on Twitch. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm having a lot of fun over there, and I'm trying to keep busy and live my life. I'm living my life to the fullest. I'm living my best life. I hope you guys have a great November. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving. And I will see you again the first Saturday of December. But thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.